So, hi everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us this morning to talk about the Litchfield Hills Creative Festival that we're planning for this August. I'm Maddie Stenson. I'm the program director at the Northwest Connecticut Arts Council. This is Steph Burr, our executive director.
Hey everyone. And we're really excited. I want to introduce our newest team member, who is Isan Marshall. She is our Arts Community Impact Coordinator, and she's going to be a big part of this. Isan, do you want to say hi?
Hi, you guys. It's great to meet you all. I can't wait to work with you. I'm really excited about this whole process.
Awesome.
Cool. So I'm just going to jump into a presentation, screen share with you guys, just to give an overview about our project. Okay. Can everyone see this okay? Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. So we talked about this event last year, but we weren't able to do it, obviously, because of the virus. But we're planning for a safe creative festival this year. And we want to celebrate the creative energy from all over the region and just bring everyone in one central location. So in this presentation, I just want to cover the date, time, location.
You're not doing it that way.
Artists that will be involved, or our plans for Franklin Plaza, potential entertainment, which Red Room Sound Studio reached out to us and offered to sponsor and organize live music, so that's really exciting. Downtown business involvement, COVID safety, marketing efforts, and ad opportunities, and then we'll open it for discussion and questions at the end. So we're planning for Saturday, August 14th this year, and we want to do it all day long from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and have like a lot of stuff happening all day for people to explore in downtown Torrington. We want to utilize Franklin Plaza, businesses on Water Street, Main Street, and any walkable surroundings and venues that want to be involved. We'd like to have booths of artists and creatives on Franklin Plaza so they can sell their work and do demos if they want to, and people can walk around, buy art, crafts, see kind of what the Northwest Corner has to offer in terms of that. For entertainment, we would love to hire Matika Circus again. They came to Make Music Day last year and performed. Heidi Kirchhoffer, who's a stilt walker, she came through, and that was really exciting to see. And her partner is a unicyclist. So I think that would be super fun to have going on at the same time. And then live music, like I mentioned earlier, we want to have socially distant live music sponsored and presented by Red Room. That would be super exciting as well. So for businesses and organizations in the downtown area, we really want to encourage you to plan something for that day, whatever it might be, like an event or a program or a special, and we will promote it as part of the festival. And we want to make sure that everyone's aware that of all the awesome things happening downtown, not just on Franklin Plaza, but to explore the businesses in the area too. Of course, we want to make everyone safe, make sure that COVID safety is ensured. So we're going to require masks. We'll have a table set up for sanitizing. make sure the booths on Franklin are socially distant. And we would like to do directional arrows to have a one-way path through the booths too. For our marketing efforts, we plan to do printed guides with an itinerary for the event, and that will include anything that the businesses downtown are doing. We'll put that in the itinerary and promote it in the printed guides as well as in our digital marketing. We'll also do some print advertising in our calendar and possibly in the newspaper. And for anyone participating, we'll send a marketing kit of digital assets you can put on your website and on social media to further promote what you guys are doing. In the guides, we'll also have ad space available. So if anyone would like to place an ad, those are paid opportunities, and you can contact me for any details on that. We would like to print 2,000 to 5,000 copies of the printed guide and distribute them around the region to local businesses and places where people can pick them up and see what's going on for that day. And for those of you who haven't met us before, I just wanted to give you our contact information. We're on Main Street in Torrington upstairs. This is our phone number, website, and each of our email addresses. So I'll include this. I'm gonna send this video recording to everyone as well, so you can go back and check it out. All right, open for discussion.
Hello, can you hear me?
Is that Jock?
No, it's not Jock. I'm Shaw Isaacson, Winstead, Phoenix. Hello.
How you doing?
Now, in August, I want to preface this by saying that Torrington has had some of the highest COVID rates in Litchfield County. Now, do you think by August the pandemic will be reasonably under control enough to have this, or do you have a backup plan just in case it's not under control?
So we are going to be following the guidelines from the state, no matter where it goes. We want to do this event. Certainly, if the COVID rates are spiking, we're going to reconsider and kind of make decisions as we go. Based on the information we have, but we're going to do everything we can. If it is spiking, we're definitely going to scale back our marketing efforts to try. We're not going to try to get a large crowd if that's the case. Right. But we want to do it this year because at least to get it started and give everyone something to look forward to.
Do you guys have a limit of how many people or how many attendees you're going to have, like a cap off or anything?
That's going to be based on the state guidelines.
Gotcha. Oh, one last question. Is there going to be a admission for this for the audience, or is it going to be free?
It's going to be all free, unless certain businesses want to do paid events. I'm fine with that. We'll still promote that, but everything that we're doing and we're managing is going to be free to the public.
All right, that's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Steph, Maddie.
Yes.
So the Warner would like to produce 2 showings of The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Tales for families and children for free during this.
Cool.
It's about 70 minutes, and I just wanted to put that out there, but we can talk about schedule or placement or whatever. And as I said at the beginning, because we are building with build stages, that staging can be used for all of the music in between however we decide to schedule it out. And we're also happy to promote the hell out of this event because this is what we need to be doing, as downtown Torrington is the cultural heart of Litchfield County. So I'm excited to get people from all over the region come down here and see how awesome it is.
Hey Rufus, let us know your plan too, because obviously that's based off of a book, so the library may continue that theme if you guys are sure that's what you want to do, and that would be a great tie-in. Yeah, that would be really cool.
We're talking to we're in the process of getting the licensing rights.
Okay.
It's just complicated because COVID's slowing it all down. But now that we have a
Obviously,
deal, it's going to be a little easier, but
yeah,
I don't see it being an issue. And we just picked that because it's a fun, family-friendly event, and it's relatively easy to produce.
cool. Yeah, we'll definitely jump on, the stinky cheese bandwagon if you guys go that route. So
nice.
It'll be easy for us.
Hi guys, I'm Leslie Budney, the relationship director at the Warner. Those of you who don't know me, it's so good to see so many of you haven't seen in over a year. Hi guys. So from a promotional perspective, of course, as Rufus mentioned, we're happy to cross promote anything regarding this event, and also just reach out directly, individually, your organizations. If you have events outside of this one that you're looking to promote, you can reach out to me directly. I'll send my contact information to everybody, and we're happy to support the arts across the board. That said, do we have a timeline as to when we want to launch or go live with the marketing efforts?
I'll keep everyone updated on that. We're currently working on that timeline right now. But I'll keep everyone in the loop, definitely.
We have a question. I'm Alex Statzik. This is, we're from Art Life Culture. I guess we're the juniors in the Torrington area now, I guess. Not juniors, the artists. We've been around for about 10 years. But we're new to the Torrington area. We just started occupying 42 Main Street, directly underneath Maddie and Steph at the Northwest Arts Council. We're starting a program, and I don't know who everybody's on because we came on late. I don't know if Brett Simmons or anyone from the mayor's office is here, but we started speaking to Mayor Carbone about our busking program. And we're going to get involved with Blue Haas and some of the locations that they spotted out in order to run the busking program. And we'd like to make that part of the festival as well. I know you have live music going on, and the Warner is planning on doing a stage and some live stuff as well. Our whole group is an advocacy group. That's what we were founded on. So marketing and advertising and advocacy is our thing. So please share all your stuff with us. Find us on Facebook, wherever we are. And we'll be glad to share and with all of our groups and our pages as well. But we're running this thing called the Busk Stop out of Torrington. It's going to be an ongoing program. And we're going to do chalk stencils on the sidewalks in order to show everybody where Blue Haas has designated good idea spots for busking. And we want to make that part of it, as well as our, we're doing live window displays. We set up a whole stage directly in our window where we're going to be able to have COVID-safe performances, regardless if we can be on the street, face-to-face, in physical contact with someone. Our musicians will still be able to perform behind glass, right on Main Street, right at the crosswalks. And then we're going to try and work together with APJ, Jacques, Darcy, and a few other people at APJ, as well as our, we have a LPFM broadcasting station set up right inside our studio. So if we have any features or anyone we want to feature, and then any of the businesses or any of the booths, or even outside, we have remote PAs that tune into FM stations. We can actually broadcast to these PA speakers around town and make sure that any one performer can be highlighted at any one time. So we really want to be part of the whole planning with the music and entertainment portion of what's going on. Stilts, fire breathers, jugglers, stilt walkers, unicyclists, musicians, however we do it. So we're here for you guys if you need us.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. And welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any ideas floating around?
Can I just, yeah, I could jump in. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Lucinda, and this is Mick from the Red Room Sound Studio on Water Street. We're at 21 Water Street. As far as the entertainment stage and the Warner building the stage, which is awesome, and we're going to be sponsoring the stage and handling the entertainment for the day. So any of the local acts that want to be on that stage should contact us for sure. We're planning on a national headliner for last Artist of the Day. And we also have the opener for that headliner. So that's something that Rufus and I should get together on as well. And as soon as we have that, settled in, we'll get you the promotion on that. But based on the COVID stuff that Shaw was talking about before too, I don't want to bring in somebody who's going to bring in thousands of people. So we're working on, I think, kind of a perfect thing right now. So we'll see if it comes to fruition. So that's just, we're going to be working with a lot of local acts during the day to be on that main stage.
Do you
because
think
we want,
Sorry, do you think it might be better to have the main stage in Co Park?
Well, we were considering that this morning when we were having coffee. And that's something Maddie we'll get together with that next week and really kind of suss that out. But, the Red Room Sound Studio and Flying Key Entertainment has always been about leveling up everyone to the next level. So, we want to have as much exposure for local bands and local artists and solo artists or whatever that they can get. And, that's kind of our mission. So we would love to have, people from Torrington on that stage. So we're kind of working at that. But, at the end of the day, we want to cap this event off with something really cool. And so that's what we're working on right now. And I'm going to secretly talk to Rufus about that because I want him to know about it. Since we're going to do this
fine. And I actually, Co-Park might work better too, because then we can make sure that we square out social distance pods for families.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a better opportunity for people to spread out, obviously, but depending on who comes in that's nationally recognized, we wouldn't want to squash out anything else that's going on Franklin Plaza either. I mean, you're going to have kiosks, you have artisans, you're going to have stilt walkers, and then we've got this beautiful busking program. And so, we don't want, a gigantic PA, squashing any of that either, because it's such an amazing program. And hi, Adelaide, it's so good to see you. It's nice to meet you, actually, finally. So, yeah, that's kind of where we stand. I mean, the studio is all about, being a part of this. And, we love the Warner, as having performed there many times ourselves. So this whole relationship is just amazing for us in Torrington. And we're just so grateful to be a part of the downtown, really.
And obviously, if there's anything else that we can do, just let us know, because we're happy to help and do whatever.
Yeah, we have a lot of contacts, our fingers go out really far and wide. So if there's something really specific or special that you're wondering how to get your hands on for whatever reason, you never know who we know. So, we might be able to help, in that area.
Sidebar, contact us with any performers who come to you who have merchandise. One of our goals with our location is going to be, I don't know if you saw any of our advertisements. I'm sorry to interrupt with this. I apologize, but we really want to promote local bands and their merchandise, get their names out. So if there's anybody who's recording at your studio or anybody you're managing or anyone else who's listening, please let them contact us. We're going to have retail space. We're going to have an area called T-Town Sounds, where we're going to try to promote and get everybody's stuff out there in their merch and keep their stuff
Awesome.
really moving. All right.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's great.
Will do.
I'd also like to point out that Rana Justice is on this call too. Rana, if you guys don't know her, she's was at Nolke Gallery and does a lot of music production. She knows a lot of local bands.
Yeah, so that's when I didn't see Rana in the list here because I haven't pushed the arrow. But Rana, if you can hear me, call me, because you should work with us on this, because you have so many people that and they deserve to be on that stage.
Yeah, I guess I'll chime in then. Sup, y'all? This is fantastic. I'm really excited to see and hear everybody talking. Thank you for the acknowledgement, Steph and Maddie. I think this music thing's gonna be awesome. I will let the Red Room know about any bands that I know of. I'm pretty connected with the DIY scene in Connecticut, so a lot of like the local studios down in like other counties and stuff. So I know that they would love to have an opportunity to play up here. I think the idea at Co Park is awesome. I think we should definitely do that. I think just like having things all over the downtown and like just creating like a map in a way that everyone can be spread out is a fantastic idea. And I know at Howard's, that's the day that we do plan to actually formally have tours of the building, and we will have artists and musicians kind of staged in certain rooms. So as you're going through, you kind of have this experience.
Cool.
And so, but with that, I do want to make sure I'm on board with what everyone else is doing at the bus stop, at Co Park, at Red Room, because yeah, you don't want it like completely like Warped Tour where like everything is on top of each other, but we want to like create like a nice little thing. But anyways, thanks for letting me talk. This is fantastic.
I just want it from the perspective of Kids Play hop into the conversation as well. And, you know, we do have the parking lot behind the museum, which may be another venue for, you know, last year or the year before last, these years are merging together now, was, you know, working with Music Mountain and the painting music or something. If we have all these sounds in the community and the ability to even have music in that space is maybe to have some more interactive things that are either family oriented or even just, you know, materials for other creatives who come into the community in that space. And is there a rain date planned at this point?
At this point, no, but we'll get that squared away too.
That's a good point.
Yeah, in addition to, you know, a backup plan for COVID and marketing timeline.
Yeah, and I can see where we'll be with our plan with 57 Main Street, and if by any chance we'd be at a place where we could clean up construction and have some indoors, you know, kind of raw indoor space if that makes sense. I'll have to see where we are with regard to demolition and rebuilding, but we might be at a point where we can do some, you know, have some space available there too.
Okay.
I'm just going to chime in. Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria from the Nutmeg, and we'd love to just get our dancers involved. We have our summer program. We'll just have wrapped up, all our students from all over the country, but we have local students that will get involved and will create something, whatever it is, more contemporary, more classical. I'm really excited about this. I danced in Co Park in the 80s when we had the Arts Festival, and before I left town to dance professionally. So this is really exciting. So I'm so happy to get things rolling and kind of, you know, pass through this. And it's wonderful to see you all. And we'll do whatever it is, anywhere. We'll dance anywhere. We'll bring our kids over. It'll be great to be involved.
Thank you.
I want to mention.
Hi.
Sorry,
This is
Noel.
Noelle from 5 Points. We're definitely looking forward to being a part of this. Try and come up with some kind of an interactive program to go on that same weekend. And anything we can do, definitely cross promote, and anything way we can help, just let us know.
Thank you.
Jen?
Hi, this is Jen. I'm sorry, hi Rana, hi everybody. I'm having mouse problems, so if I'm doing weird things, forgive me. And I came late. So what was the dates that we're talking about for this?
Saturday, August 14th. We just want to do one day for the first annual. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll just introduce myself. I have an art studio right across from the Warner, and I have a little kind of like a gallery space and a studio as well. And I'm super excited to be a part of today's meeting and to see all these faces and be part of the energy, bringing Torrington back. Hi, Isan. Isana and I took, am I saying it right?
Yeah, Isan. It's fine.
Isan. We took advantage of one of the free seminars from the Northwest Arts Council offerings, Assets for Artists Together. And I think you and Rana need to get together, and the new company at 42. All good. So I just want to be part of it. I want to be a presence. I want to support. And we also have parking in Torrington, which is a commodity. My father-in-law owns a building right in downtown Torrington, right near the church, Trinity on Maiden. So we have parking there. I don't know if that could be helpful.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So where will we be able to see updates on what's happening with this whole festival thing here?
If it's okay with everyone, I would just like to email. Does that work for everyone? Okay.
Yeah, we are going to put together a page on our website for this. And we're going to try to set up some forms online to make it easier for people to sign up, and we can have kind of like a schedule going that, you know, you can sign up for slots and everything. So we do want to use technology, and communication is going to be key.
Definitely.
During the planning process, having so many people involved. So we want to use technology, and we want to make it organized and easy for everyone to get involved.
I was going to ask for maybe a list of the emails from the people on this Zoom today, or some way to just kind of connect.
Yeah.
We use the email that Steph sent out, Steph and Maddie sent out from the Northwest Arts Council. And yeah, I stole all of your emails from there. So.
Hello.
I haven't
I
sent
don't know
anybody.
if
I'm
you
not
can
going to
hear me.
stand.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me? This is Gerald in Candela.
Yes, we can hear you. Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I have a place on Franklin Street and Center Street. But I'm in California. I haven't been able to work on the space. I don't know what the condition. I don't know when I'll be able to come back. If my driveway is usable, my parking is usable or not safely. But maybe a stage on the space facing the parking lot could be fun, to have also music in that parking lot. If you have music in the park, in Co-Park, that might be possible, because it would be just a musician would be on the side of the fence behind the parking lot, if you see what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know inside if I'm working on putting the air conditioning, the air system and airflow, all this stuff. I don't know if I'll be done by then or not. It's a little difficult from California to do all this, but and I don't know where. I'm not a musician. I mean, the visual art, but the space will be, you know, I think it's close, and we see if I get vaccinated, if I can come back. I'd love to participate in some way.
Great.
Love to have you.
Great.
Excellent.
Well, this is Effie from Our Culture is Beautiful. I'm going to have to leave, but I'm really excited about everything that I'm hearing and all this partnership. Definitely, we can do some drumming, and you all know Gaza does a lot of the drumming, so we'll definitely participate in that. And we'll probably reach out to a couple of dancers too, some African dancers. So we'll, email and correspond a little bit more with you on that as well. So
Awesome.
you all have a great day until our next meeting. Thank you, Maddie and Stephanie and everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas that come after this meeting too, just feel free to email or call us anytime.
Right.
If you need to use any of our real estate too, that's, we have the back parking lot behind Howard's, and there's also that cool little parking lot behind Brinks that maybe if you had a smaller venue you were looking for, we can maybe use that. And then there's the rooftop where the Red Room Studio used for their little performance. That could be a neat place. Just we'd have to try to keep it safe up on the roof, but we'd like to cooperate as we can at Touring Downtown Partners.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
That's great.
Guys, I might have missed this too. Are we planning on making like a pamphlet flyer to hand out with the, yeah, okay, great.
Yeah. So Maddie and I are going to be handling that. We're going to make guides and we're going to distribute them out. Hopefully, a month or a couple weeks before the festival, so that people can start to get excited about it.
Perfect. Do you think having like open studios for the studio artists during that day, has that been discussed, or is that an idea?
It hasn't been discussed yet. Today is the first time we're discussing anything. So I think as long as you feel comfortable and you can do it in a way that's safe, social distance,
COVID wise, right?
Have masks and yep.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, thanks. That would be awesome.
I think there's enough studio artists in the downtown area that you could probably easily have at least 8 or 10 artists who are willing to have their open hours, and then people in between shows could just pop into the different art studios, like almost like a studio walk.
That's
Great, Jen.
amazing. Yeah.
I'm down.
Cool.
And let's be hopeful that, mid-August, most of the population should be vaccinated, the adult population at least, which is really an exciting thing to think about.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see things open again. Just be able to see live music and see people face to face. We're live performers, and for us, this is uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
It's really uncomfortable.
Play in front of a screen.
Playing to a camera, even the way we have the idea of playing live in front of the glass is nice, but we've tried it a few times, and people are talking to us and trying to interact with us through the glass, and we can't communicate really. We can't hear them; they can hear us, and it still removes all of that interaction that performers get. So this is very exciting. Hopefully, things will open up and move. Definitely looking forward to it.
It's great you're here.
Does anyone else have any ideas or questions they want to share?
I would just jump in and say, having done large events, like as far as like national tours and trafficking and stuff like that, for tours like that, compartmentalizing this in a flow where everyone has the opportunity to be seen and heard without that crossover of stepping on someone's, toes, I think is going to be really important for this, because most often you don't have this kind of response for the unity of coming together and doing a festival like this. There's usually like 4 or 5, people that do it every single time, but you have such an amazing group of people that want to get together and do this. So I think that, if you say, okay, this is visual art, this is musical, this is, children oriented, this is dance, whatever it might be, that we find that flow. So that map kind of rolls like sort of like a board game, and everybody has the opportunity to roll into the next thing without feeling like, well, I've got a busker on this corner, but we've got a national act over here. So nobody got to see the one who's busking, and they need to, that's like really important. And you guys all know that. So I think that that's the flow chart, because you have so many great people that want to put this thing together. I mean, you're so lucky. You really are.
I totally agree. I think we're going to have to do some schedule curation.
Sure.
Make sure people get a chance to see what they want to see.
Yeah.
What's nice is we're all so close to the 5 Points area, the intersection. Everybody is within a couple of blocks of each other.
Yeah.
Everybody is in the planning and everything, so that should make it easier. I'm curious. Quick question, Maddie and Steph. Are you going to, as we're talking about the map thing, have you thought about doing something similar to what you do when you do the art walk, where you move it from town to town, where everybody like has a checklist? Have they seen everything? They get stickers when they go. The way Amy Wynn used to run it, they get stickers when they went to each open studio to visit each studio and try and collect all the stickers.
A checklist is a good idea.
Yeah.
We could do that with the schedule. Have like a little checkbox to see, so people can kind of like interact with that as well.
Or mark off what they want to see for sure, and that's there they don't miss what they want to see.
Yep. Yeah. Last year we talked about possibly mapping out everything that's happening in the downtown area. So we might do something like that too, to help people visualize like how far things are.
We could have MCs too. We could have like 2 or 3 MCs, like at the key points, just kind of announcing things and just keeping that energy going.
Yeah, and Ed Kanata is here on the call. Hi, Ed. We spoke to Ed last year about, he's kind of the expert in the program guides, which he's done for Main Street Torrington in the past. So Ed, we're probably gonna be reaching out to you to get your expertise on how to.
Happy to help you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, just let me throw one thought. We're not doing the Strawberry Festival this year. We're going to give it another year because our event's kind of early, and we're not convinced that things are going to be opened up well enough to have a good event. So you're not going to get any competition this first year, which will probably be good. You know,
The
you don't
Strawberry
need competition.
already has such a big audience that it could be a very big event. Like,
And we're going to be far enough apart in 2022 where one will just complement the next.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep, that's great. Thank you.
To go back to the map and the idea of a checklist and that kind of thing, having the stickers or a passport where people have actually gone to each little business, right, gives the businesses also an opportunity that, maybe they give 10% off on something.
Exactly.
It gives a reward to coming in and seeing what it's all about, and having that passport stamped, or just map stamped, however you want to do it. It provides income for a lot of the downtown businesses that way and brings in new customers. So it could be very cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the sticker thing that we shot down that Alex was referring to was the Arts Council used to mail stickers to each person who's going on, and that way keeping track of what events every single person went to. So that's what we want to steer clear of. We don't want to make it too.
Yeah, that was a little too crazy. Yeah, that was a little over the top.
But I love the idea of every business having their own little stickers or a stamp passport book.
Exactly. If they provide their stickers to add to, yeah, that's a great idea. Each business actually, that way if they want to get involved with the sticker idea, they can, and it takes it out of your hair, because it definitely, that was crazy. It was a little over the top how that was all run. It was interesting and it was a nice way to do it, but I could see how it was a little, what Amy used to say, wrangling cats.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work well. Yeah.
I think too, when it comes to marketing and promotion, so many of our media contacts are desperate for content regarding the arts. I think we could get a lot of excitement behind collectively. I'm sure we work with a lot of the same press contacts, whether that be radio, television, digital. I think, when we do develop that timeline, let's put our heads together and see who we really want to approach for media sponsorship. Same with print. I know you have so many contacts, as do we, but maybe we can put our heads together and see who would be appropriate for solicitation of even barter sponsorship for advertising, that kind of thing. So let's talk more about that.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Being in the media, feel free to contact me for any of your publicity needs and other things.
Thank you, Sean.
We'll never forget you, Sean. You'll always be in the loop.
I just want to
Let's
read.
get everything. Thank you.
Rufus' mic stopped working, but he put in the chat that this is a way to also track economic impact for cultural events. The stickers, I think, is what he was referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they actually did it for. It was more like involvement, tracking, the number of people involved. I think it was more for data collection than anything, than more for the patrons who were going from place to place. It was fun to participate that way, though. We met a lot of people, doing that program. It was nice.
Great. All right.
I think one of the big things will be kind of making that wayfinding really easy, like we've talked about, whether it's a map, parking support, signage, just, so that all corners of downtown are really laid out what's going to be where, and making it as easy for people to participate as possible.
Definitely. Yeah, good point about parking signage too. Thank you.
Is parking going to be open for free for the day?
We were talking with the city about that. We have to talk with them more I think we can try for that for sure.
It's a pretty regular complaint in Torrington. I don't see it so much. I don't have a problem with parking, distance or things like that. And I've never really had a problem parking in Torrington, but a lot of people, you read the blogs. A lot of people complain about the paid parking. In a big event like this, a lot of people are going to come into town. I understand it's a large revenue for the town to pick up, but I think the influx of people into the area is going to provide that extra income and some things that are going to help boost the economy in the town anyway. Hopefully you'll be able to work out something for parking.
We can definitely ask them about that for sure.
Yeah, we, as Rufus mentioned in the chat, when Judy Rufus and I met with the mayor in the summertime, we were able to advocate for that parking ban or that parking holiday that lasted up until I think last week or so, and they were receptive to that. So I think they would be receptive to it. And I think though, to your point that parking is kind of like this, I don't want to say fake news. This issue in Torrington, that's a perception thing. The library, the parking lot, the library is so easy to use, so convenient. In normal times, that's where our staff parks because it is, just crossing over the bridge and you're downtown. It really is. And I think some wayfinding, the signage around that, maybe can help change the perception a little bit, especially now that the 5 Points intersection is cleaned up with the Franklin Street project in completion. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah, there's that new parking area over on Franklin Street they cleaned up and made up. And I had people visiting this week who had no idea it was there. It's very easy for them to park there and get over to our space. And I had to direct them there. So yeah, it might be, maybe signage and stuff like that. On an event like this will start to educate people on where all the parking is and free parking and other places they can go. That would be helpful.
Even just a colorful entrance. If they could paint the entrance so that when you're coming up, up Main Street, you don't really see the entrance to that parking lot until you've passed it. So we could do something really creative to highlight that.
I was going to say, and since the library, it's always known as the library parking lot, and I wish it was ours, and it's not, because everybody would have free parking. But yeah, just let us know where we can put signage on our property and do all that good stuff, because we have pretty good visibility, and we can even be kind of, a starting point info center for you guys for this event when people pull in. So, it might be pretty easy. And we're right across from, obviously, the TJ Maxx parking lot too. So we have a lot of visibility. We'll just kind of fill the gap wherever you need us to.
Thank you. That might be cool if that's somewhere where people can pick up their passports or something.
Yep. Gladly. Just let us know what you need us to do.
Cool. Thank you.
The reference desk of downtown will be the library.
Literally the reference desk of downtown.
All right, so like we said, I think communication is going to be the biggest key in making this successful. Maddie and I are going to work on communicating in a way that's easiest for everyone, and hopefully, we can put something up online soon where we can start to have a schedule starting to build itself organically. People can sign up for time slots, and then we can all look at it together and kind of see if it's going to make sense on that day.
And if this meeting format works for people, we can continue to do these pretty regularly for planning, like our planning procedure. And I can always record them and send them to everyone or people who can't make the meetings too.
Once those tracks are identified, like the children, the family-friendly track, and, I think it would be, the music, I think it might be interesting to have some subgroups meet, and flesh out coordinate schedules a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, definitely.
Just before we close, Rufus did mention in his notes here that the Warner Marquee is also available for marketing, and the Warner would be willing to help pay for some banners and have those on our flagpoles. Just wanted to say that.
great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Will there be any food and public bathroom and stuff like this? Where will it will be?
So we're going to be renting porta potties for Franklin Street. We had talked about the idea of food trucks, but it's kind of going back and forth between, local businesses and restaurants being supported.
Mhm.
They really
Right.
need support right now. So that's a conversation we're open to having, whether we want to do food trucks so people can get a quick bite without having to sit down in a restaurant, or, we are leaning more towards supporting the local restaurants.
Absolutely. I know, that's great.
Yeah.
Marketing wise, food trucks have been getting a really good boost from COVID. It's the #1 way to go and eat now, and a bunch of restaurants have gone and bought their own food trucks in order to take advantage of that, because they can't have the foot traffic into their restaurants the way they did. So yeah, I would like to see a lean more towards supporting the brick and mortar restaurants that are in town, or if they are food trucks, they're food trucks from town. Just because, food trucks are getting permits in every town across Connecticut, driving in and out and literally driving restaurants out of business. And, the whole goal of us moving into Torrington is to, have support and provide support. And, while I do love food trucks, and I do like a lot of the food that we get, and we've been getting over the past year from them, I'd like to see, personally, I'd like to see the local businesses through this as opposed to the food trucks.
It might be interesting too, like if we can get some additional seating, near restaurants, the temporary seating, if our local restaurants have some grab and go options, that might be something. I know we have some tables and things we could put out outdoors as well. And we should also have a construction porta potty in our back parking lot at that time, so you can keep that on, in the back of your mind. We can have it cleaned up for the weekend or serviced before the weekend and afterwards as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I think, Eileen, you're right. If they can do some grab and go service, the restaurants as well, just because you don't want the restaurants to reach so full of a capacity that people get turned away for food either. You want to kind of make sure you have a good balance, especially kid food, if you want to have kids events and stuff like that. They just want grab and go, kind of quick, not have to wait in line, don't need a reservation, that sort of thing. So trying to find a balance between the two would be good.
Yeah, and
I wonder if I could help that. I wonder if I could help that way with having restaurants which don't have enough space, maybe could move into my parking lot, which would be, if that helps.
Yeah,
something to think about.
And that might be a good, I would say that might be a good option for local restaurants who have a food truck but who aren't downtown.
Right, but even if they don't have a truck, I have a commercial kitchen where we can heat things, and they could serve out there, put some table, and each restaurant could have a little place where they can sell food from there too, if that helps.
Wow, that's a very generous offer. Very generous offer. That's nice.
Like a local little food court.
That's
Because
a great
I think
idea.
if you want people who come out are going to want to eat and buy some water and all this, and we have to make sure they can do it without having to line in front of all the restaurants and be all close to each other, and some don't wear masks, and we should give them enough room. And we just put some table, and they can have maybe little tents in my parking lot, each different restaurants.
Well, you're going to have to come back and coordinate all this, Gerald.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's all
As a
there is to it.
supplement, or maybe they just have sandwiches. I don't know. It's just a thought because I like food.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I think it would be a really good alternative for some restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if
I
you
think
need to. Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense too, because I'm thinking Sasso's could just sell slices. What's easier than selling slices, and people love it. And Toothpick could do just, egg rolls or whatever it is. So easy, just grab and go, pre-prepared. And I think imperative to just support our businesses. and make it easy for them.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brinks could do whatever it is they want to do for that day, you know, taco boats or just grab and go
liquor
stuff.
permit. No.
Well, free alcohol for all.
Yeah, exactly. Free shots.
Oh,
That's what we're all going to need after this is done.
Was Main Street going to be closed? Was Main Street, are we trying to get Main Street shut down for traffic?
I don't think so. We didn't really talk about that.
We hadn't planned on that, at least in the first year, just because I know that it's very expensive and, you know, to have the police come out and everything. It depends, I guess, you know, if we can, you know, get the budget to do something like that, that would be nice. If, you know, that were the case.
I know the new police chief is really big on good PR, and sometimes he will act as a sponsor for an event. It doesn't necessarily mean shutting down the street, but sometimes he will work with you to provide even a crossing police officer who will be at crosswalks. You know, whether you count it as a PAL sponsorship or something, you know, he might be more than willing to work with you on that. It might be worth a phone call, even if you don't shut down the street, just getting a crossing guard, if you will, to help with some traffic control.
Yeah, that would be great, Jess.
Yeah, he's really good with community relations and trying to help out.
In a way that makes sense, because closing down the streets, especially for the first year, we kind of want people to be driving by and seeing what's going on. So I think we can work around traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough spaces, and from what I understand, what Blue House did, in order to identify areas where events can take place, and proper locations, I think everybody's going to be kind of spaced out. We're going to be able to space everybody out pretty well. Now that Franklin Street is closed off and it's a complete, you know, river walk essentially, and the entire back area with courtyard there, I think, you know, behind kids play and that area up Water and the side streets, they've identified a number of places there as well. So I think yeah, keeping Main Street open would be a good idea, but definitely some traffic control. There's going to be a lot of people crossing back and forth if Main Street isn't closed. I know, watching our crosswalk right under the Northwest Arts Council, and you know, I'm lightly counting foot traffic now in the middle of COVID, and the amount of people we get walking to and from the front of our building on the Allen building is just unbelievable. And we're in the middle of COVID. I can't believe the foot traffic that comes by. And I've been downtown for events where they close the street and how many people are in the street. So if this event goes off, you know, as well as everyone is hoping, definitely traffic control, but I don't think closing the street, you know, for us, you know, where we are located, it would be beneficial to keep the street open. I think we'd be happier with the street open. I don't know how everybody else feels about that.
And
I
Franklin
think it's
Street is
very
beautiful.
important to have, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Franklin Street is beautiful. We brought our students over, and we did a kind of flash mob just for ourselves. There was nobody really. It wasn't quite finished, but we couldn't wait. It was a beautiful day, so we made a little video with the kids. It's gorgeous, so that's really nice.
It is. It's a beautiful spot. And Addie's a professional busker. I mean, we've busked all up and down the East Coast, big cities, little towns. And
Very pretty, nice spot to bus.
yeah, it's a great spot. You know, it's a busker's paradise pretty much, as long as there's foot traffic. So, yeah, we tried twice. We go once. We went out once, and then
We went out once.
well, the weather was nice, and we were really surprised how many people sat on the benches and came by. Cars actually stopped, parked. People got out to come and sit and listen. So, you know, it's really attention getting. So, yeah, it's a nice area. It's ideal. It's a great thing that everybody.
Ed, what do you think about closing down the street?
Oh God, no. That'll cost you $5,000 for the day. You know.
Okay.
Unless you really, 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 really felt like that was you know, something that could improve the event. You know, I don't think it will. I think you have enough going on in different places, especially now at Franklin.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. If there's enough going on in enough places, that's what people are going to come for. They're going to come for that meandering walk and movement kind of thing. I think that's what this event is more about.
The only thing I could see where you might want to make a last minute decision to close down Main, which I don't even know if that's such a thing anymore, but would be in terms of traffic flow and spacing, social distancing spacing. But I think in August, we're not going to be as super crazy like we were in the past about that. I'm hoping. That would be my only consideration, is that you just have more actual square footage to fit people in. But I don't know. I don't foresee it being an issue.
Yeah, I just see that we definitely need the traffic control on that main intersection. Sometimes you're taking your life in your hand, crossing those roads, the 5 Points intersection. So I think that's very important to have the control there.
I think that making sure, that we absolutely have secured traffic control, but just being in touch with the city and the state to get the right to have a fast track to get a permit. If this is looking like there's enough interest and it's going to be a beautiful day, just kind of be prepared for that. And I think if they see that there's, a lot of legs, which right now the event seems to have that, we're prepared to scale.
Yeah.
And I think what Rufus just said, it's also very important that we get the city on board and supporting this.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been talking to Rista at the city about our plans.
Yeah. And we're going to go to the Parks and Rec meeting next week to talk to them in person and really tell them about this meeting, report, all the great feedback we have, and get them involved as well.
Rana, did you want to add something?
Nope, I'm just acknowledging that I love all the things everyone is saying. It's such a great idea. I like the traffic control. That's great. It's fantastic. I love that you guys are going to Parks and Rec meeting. I miss going to city council meetings so bad. Like, I miss just being downtown, hearing what's happening, and just letting people know about ideas. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. Anyways, that is all.
Any last minute thoughts before we wrap up?
Glad to be part of all of this.
Yeah, it's the first time.
Thank you so much, guys. This is really a community-based event. Maddie and I are just two people, so it really does take a whole community to put on an event like this. We're excited.
I just want to note Matt from Bad Dog Brewing just hopped on. So he's new to the area as well, and they want to participate in the festival too.
Welcome.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm still doing the remote stuff. Sorry I'm late. Thank you.
No worries. Well, this is recorded, so I'm going to send this to everyone right after we end.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. We'll be in touch, and email us if you have any thoughts or for any reason.
Thanks for the opportunity, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.